It was very awesome. Honestly, I feel that it's very rewarding that this work that started as a research project is now traveling the world between Hive
Yes.
AI in London, Toronto, and next week also in New York.
I
As
didn't know.
yeah, we are going to the Houdini user group for New York next week, right? To show some
Yes,
of that
yes, yes.
development, to kind of see how people react to this innovation, right? Getting that feedback of how artists that use their tool feel about GenAI being there. Not that it's gonna be part of the main package. That's beyond the point. That's not how it is. We are definitely making it an external plugin. Uh, it's not part of the main package. But the idea is that like, how do people feel as this new wave of tool? As that's my proposal. Prepares these tools that we love, in this case Houdini, to react to these emerging generative technologies. It's a
Mm.
reaction, right? We have all these services, and there's a lot of people boasting about stuff, so we react to it. Um, Another reaction, we propose strategies. That's my goal, is to propose strategies for people to prepare themselves and upskill themselves for this new era where Gen AI is there, and if they want to talk about it, and get to know what's going on and about how it was, and basically this idea of preparing people to be part of that conversation. That's what I'm bringing on these talks, right?
Hmm.
When I got invited to do the Equinox, it was to show the outcome of this project, and it was the goal, I think, from the beginning. I think that might be interesting, right? I always knew that Equinox was happening in September, so I knew that by September, I wanted to be at a specific place with this so we could actually be able to share with the world something special. And we are doing these presentations in London, Hive, in New York, which are similar presentations because we are showing people what is coming in and how these things will impact can impact or can help them or just can help them get up to date on the topics, right? And we make a presentation that is very lightweight in the sense of we're just showing how one creative can use Houdini and AI combined together. And we are looking through a process that goes from motion capture to retargeting Houdini to then using Gen AI tools to estimate human poses and then use those estimates to guide a diffusion character or a video process in AI. And that for me is a very interesting project for showing how you can start up creative process in a very traditional thing for visual effects, which is smoke capture, jump into Houdini, connect with the best of GenAI through ConfUI and open source, and then feedback
Hmm.
loop into the beginning, right? So we can then, and that's the proposal of the pipeline, is that we don't need to go out in a web service and download a video there and then having to combine or re-edit the video. The idea is to kind of, okay, we do all of that in the software we love, and that's the presentation. I'm showing them the explorations we did for image generation, 3D generation, video to video as well. And then through those explorations, I make a point where uh, when I didn't know about GenAI, I was afraid of replacement. But now that I came across what it's capable of doing, and now it's in a software that I want to use, which is Houdini, it transformed my perception from a divergence where we might be replaced to a scenario where maybe we're going to be able to use these technologies for our better for our betterment, right? So we can actually have these as a one more tool set in our belt that is also part of a bigger pipeline. And that's the talk. The talk is going through this research process, showing them what was done and how these things are working now. And basically, for example, we cover how the video, how to install it, right? What you can do, some foundational techniques. I explain a little bit about diffusion. I explain a little bit about control nets. And it's this idea that whatever you learn, ultimately you want to give back, right?
Yes.
And knowledge made my life, transformed my life. Education transformed my life, and I think that it has the potential. The only thing that's education has one of the biggest transformation purposes, potentials, not purposes. Education has one of the biggest transformation potentials out there. So when you very dedicate yourself to learn something, it changed my life when I decided to learn Houdini. I made my life learning with the stuff that I learned. I worked so much. I made a career for myself with Houdini, and now I'm upskilling myself, getting prepared for this next step. And I'm trying to
Yes.
also make sure that other folks come with me on this journey